kitchen. This is a product of my old block right here. You know what I'm saying? Let me get a look at all that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Extra love. Remember that. You know what I'm saying? So again, right now we over here by Bayview. You know what I'm saying? Which is right across the street from Overland. That's where I'm from. Overland and Friends. You know, shout out the guys. You know what I mean? And that's me. That's Pillzbury. You know what I'm saying? Everything that you see here, everything that you see is what embodies me. Extra love, you know what I'm saying? Inspired by all cultures and walks of life, different, prodigal child of the free world, you know what I'm saying? And that's what we represent. Everything about this, about what we built over here, represents that independence. It represents how we lived our freedom and what we did to get to where we was at, you know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas ain't make it this far, you know what I'm saying? Through everything that we've been through, you know what I'm saying? We all here and we still standing, you know what I'm saying? So we celebrate that. And this is a testament. Saying, let it be known, niggas ain't do all this for nothing, you know what I'm saying? There's still shit going on. Niggas got clothing lines, niggas got everything, fucking music out, video teams, you know what I'm saying? We got entertainment lawyers, you know what I'm saying? We came from nothing and we all made sure that we got something out of it, you know what I'm saying? And that's really what it stands for. That's why you see the logo Overland and Friends. You know what I'm saying? This is a community, the family, you know what I mean? And things like this, you know what I'm saying, just reminds me of what we had to endure to get to where we at, you know what I'm saying? To still be having the opportunity standing here, you know what I'm saying? All the shit that we've been through, it's for a reason.
How was it growing up in Amityville?
And you know, survival, you know what I mean? Shit wild just like everywhere else. You know what I'm saying? Niggas doing what they do, shit going on, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, survival, you know what I'm saying? And making sure that you stay you know what I mean? A lot of people don't be living in their truths, you know what I'm saying? And that's all well and good for all of those, you know what I mean? But growing up out here, it wasn't no tricking nobody, you know what I mean? You gonna be who you gonna be, we gonna figure out who you are, you know what I'm saying? I knew who I was from gate. I just had to show niggas that was me, you feel what I'm saying? And I had to make sure they knew it and didn't forget it. My generation, you know, we came up in the just say no era, you know what I mean? Drugs and all that shit was prevalent in the community, you know what I mean? And that's what they was trying to really push on us as far as, you know, trying to give us the game, so to say, on what's good and what's not good or whatever. But, you know, they kind of buried the lead, and the OGs made sure that they couldn't bury the lead, you know what I'm saying? We were seeing it firsthand, you know what I'm saying? And they reminded us every day, like, yo, listen, let's not forget, you know what I'm saying? This is still what the plight is, you know what I mean? These niggas is telling us to bury the lead, you know what I'm saying? They telling y'all this shit to try to bury the lead. Don't forget how it got here, you know what I'm saying? Don't forget what they did to us, and don't forget how we became into, you know, the situation that we try and dig our way out of, you know what I'm saying? Niggas taking all they booby traps and turning them on them, you feel what I'm saying? I mean, don't get it confused, niggas is, you know, stay on your shit, you know what I'm saying? Move accordingly, you know what I'm saying? Stay militant. Yeah, you got shit you gotta do out here, but you still got shit that you gotta do in there too, you know what I'm saying? You got shit you gotta do at home. You gotta make sure that's all right, you know what I'm saying? You gotta keep that intact, you know what I mean? So that's what it was. It was, you know, a breeding of learning what community was, you know what I'm saying? Learning what community is. And the OGs stood for that, now. I mean, niggas that came before us stood for that, and they made sure that we knew we had to stand for that. You feel what I'm saying? Just like I tell niggas all the time, there's an overland everywhere. You know what I'm saying? As long as you stand for what you stand for as far as community goes, you know what I'm saying? Niggas will get theirs. Life is gonna happen, you know? You can only react to what's in front of you. So optimize every moment. Get something out of it. It don't gotta be something tangible, you know what I'm saying? It don't gotta be something physical, you know what I mean? If it's gonna get you joy, get you joy. It's gonna get you a laugh, get you a laugh, you know what I'm saying? But get something out of it. You know what I mean? Don't let the moment waste. You know what I mean?
What year was it that you was growing up in Amityville?
Oh, early 90s, 90, 94, not 94, 91, you know what I'm saying? got out here, you know, and shit was the way it was. It was crack, you know what I'm saying? Violence, oppression, you know what I'm saying? It was, and that's when we moved back out here, you know what I mean? But you know, struggle, you know what I'm saying? Everybody trying to get out of the struggle, you know what I'm saying? Niggas is in a bind and we all trying to figure it out. Nobody got the answers or we wouldn't be in a bind, you know what I mean? So, and we lead by example, each one teach one, you know what I'm saying? That's something that's big, you know, what the community stand for out here, you know what I mean? A lot of shit changed out here now though, you know what I mean? It's not really the same. Everybody not really out here, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, when you get out here, you know what I mean, you still get a sense of what was going on, you know what I'm saying? You see other areas got, you know, thriving businesses and they starting to put up locations and, you know what I mean, they got little areas, you know what I mean, in certain running situations like that, you know what I mean? And it's good to see, you know, that poverty ain't got niggas in a chokehold no more. You know what I'm saying? It's good to see that, you know, not everybody for the most part, but you know, niggas is living good. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you know what I'm saying? Not below the gun line, you know what I mean? So, you know, you gotta tip your hat to that and think there's hope. You know what I'm saying? Like,
when you was growing up here in the 90s, was there a lot of black-owned businesses?
A lot. Nah, I wouldn't say a lot. You know, there was a few. You know what I mean? Typical kind of businesses. You know what I'm saying? Barbershop. Mr. Bean had the Jelly Bean. If anybody know about the Jelly Bean from back in the day, that was a club. You know what I'm saying? You know, that was pretty much. That was pretty much it, you know what I mean? In comparison to now though, you know, Bayview, you know, you got other island restaurants, you know what I'm saying? There's more barbershops out here, sneaker stores, clothing stores, you know what I'm saying? Banks, so yeah, I believe now there are, you know, a lot more businesses black owned out here now, and I can attest to that because I remember, you know what I'm saying, like I said, the generation that I grew up with, you know what I'm saying, everybody wasn't, you know, affected the same way by what was going on out here, the poverty or whatever the case, because some of these people turned into businessmen and business owners, lawyers and doctors and things like that, you feel what I'm saying? So, you know, there was two sides to the effect that, you know, what was going on in our society had on us, you know what I mean, and you can see it, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it used to be impoverished and now it's not. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say it's affluent, but it ain't impoverished no more.
See, the 90s is still with that crack epidemic and drugs epidemic. Like, did that hit you hard home? Did you have to deal with that?
I mean, yeah, you know, I think everybody dealt with that in-house, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's that shit was part of the game, you know what I'm saying? As an individual, we all got choices, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, for whatever choices whoever made, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, you know what I mean? As long as they didn't succumb to the choices that they made, you know, you gotta look back at that and just, you know what I mean? Well, it was what it was, you know what I mean? I wouldn't say it affected not as many people, you know, close to me as you would think, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, not on just that end either, you know what I mean? Not on the aspect of, you know, it just being bad for the system, you know, the body or whatever the case. It was bad for, you know, the morale, you know what I mean? It was bad for whatever the timing was when, you know, niggas went away and shit like that, whatever the case may be. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not just surface damage, you know what I mean? It's collateral damage as well.
Did you get caught up in the street life?
I would say the street life. I mean, I got caught up in trying to enjoy life or, you know, survive life rather so, you know what I'm saying? again, you know, niggas growing up living in poverty, you know what I'm saying? Any opportunity to change the situation, you know, you're gonna change that. That's why some people rob banks. That's why some people work, you know, 4 or 5 jobs. That's why some people, you know, collect bottles, whatever the case. You're gonna figure out something to, you know, alter your situation if that's not the situation you wanna be in, you know what I mean? And however it goes, some of us is not really willing to risk our freedom or risk our life for it, but, you know, when you faced with immeasurable odds that are eventually going to cost you your life or cost you your freedom, why wait for it to come to your doorstep? You know what I'm saying?
Rap, when did that come?
I mean, the rap shit, music has always been a part of my life, you know what I'm saying? My uncle, he's a DJ for ever out here now, DJ Timmy Tim, you know what I'm saying? Used to watch him mix it up, turntables and all that, you know, when they moved out here from Brooklyn and shit. He used to actually DJ with Paul, you know, DJ Prince Paul. You know, just from all the culture that's from out here, you know, from De La to A1 Felony, you know, Rakim, Eric B, EPMD, you know what I'm saying, Craig Mack, everything, from everybody, A+, you know, leaders of the new school. It was just, you know, music was out here, you know what I'm saying? The whole native tongue movement, you know, kind of derived almost, or at least if it didn't derive, then it really took over and plagued, you know, Long Island in a whole, you know what I'm saying? So the music was always there, you know what I mean? It's just, we hadn't found joy in the music enough to where it made us feel like our lives were any better. So, you know, we was kind of talking about the adverse of that, you know what I mean? We hadn't experienced getting away from that at all, you know what I'm saying? And some of us are still in it, you know what I mean? So you heard that a lot, so. And it's not like it was an adverse or, you know what I mean, to combat what they was talking about, you know what I mean? Like, oh, look at this generation, they talking about, it's like, yeah, I mean, you know, y'all talked about all the good things already. What else can we say good about this shit, you know what I'm saying? When we waking up every day and this shit ain't good no more, you know what I'm saying? Not for us it ain't, you know what I'm saying? We ain't rappers, you know what I'm saying? We acknowledge the opportunities, you know what I'm saying? We see what's going on, and yeah, but, you know, and it's all good, you know what I'm saying? Like, they still was an inspiration. It's just, you know, we couldn't escape our reality. We couldn't escape our truth, you know what I'm saying? As far as the art, you know what I mean? That's what was flowing through us, and that's what we needed to express, and that's the way it came out, you know? Everybody might not agree with it, but it is what it is, you know